Hey guys, it's me Crystal, and today I'm going to show you how to make this macrame tassel wall hanging. I'm starting with a 12-inch long dowel that's about a ½ inch in diameter, and then I have 6 pieces of 8mm cord that are about 105 inches long, and I'm just folding them in half and attaching them to my dowel with a lark's head knot. And I'm doing 3 over on the left side, and then I'm going to put the other 3 over on the right side. And you'll find all the supplies and everything listed down in the description below as well. Alright, now that I got my cords attached, we're going to start our diamond pattern. So I'm going to take these 2 center cords and cross the right over the left. And then we're going to tie a double half hitch knot. So just wrap it around like this, bring it through the loop, and tighten it up. And we're going down into the left for this one. So there's the first half, and then repeat that again for the second half. There we go, and then go to the next cord to the left, and you're going to repeat, and then you're going to do it one more time. So you'll be tying 3 double half hitch knots going down into the left for this part of the diamond. And for this one, you're going to be kind of going down at a pretty steep angle. It's not going out to the side too much, it's going kind of down. This other side, we're going to go out a little bit more towards the right. This will make more sense in a minute, but it helps it to curve inward better because we're going to be attaching the 2 sides, and that way you don't have like a bunch of weird buckling going on the sides of your diamonds. So there is our first 3, and then you're going to take this cord, the first one we used, and use it as your filler cord to tie 2 double half hitch knots going down into the right. And then here I'll show you what I mean about the angle. So this part will be going a little bit more out to the right and not down so much like we did on the left. When we go to attach the 2 sides, it will make it look a lot better that way. So just continue making your double half hitch knots. There's the first one. And then you're going to do one more going down into the right. Alright, that's the first half of our diamond, and now we're going to do the second half. So we're going to start over here on the left, and we're going to do 2 double half hitch knots going down into the right. So again, just wrap it around your filler cord and tighten it up, and make sure you tighten it all the way up next to that knot that we just did before this. And then repeat to finish up that first knot. Grab the next cord going to the right and tie another double half hitch knot. And now we're going to go back to the right side and do 3 double half hitch knots going down into the left. And the last one's going to connect the 2 sides together. Alright, we finished the first diamond, so now we're going to do the second one on this side. And we're going to grab the same filler cord we just were using and tie 2 double half hitch knots going down into the left. And again, try to keep that same angle that we had with that row, so it just looks seamless going down. Now you're going to grab the third cord from the right and use that as your filler cord to tie 2 double half hitch knots going down into the right. And you can see it starting to naturally curve to the right, which is what we want. And then you're going to grab that left filler cord again and tie 2 double half hitch knots going down into the right. And now you're going to grab your right filler cord and tie 3 double half hitch knots going down into the left, and the third one will connect that diamond. Here's how it looks at this point with our 2 diamonds, and you're going to repeat that pattern one more time for the 3rd diamond. Now I finished the left side with my 3 diamonds, and we're going to repeat that on the right, but in the opposite direction. Instead of going like we did before with the right over the left, we're going to bring the left over the right. Once you cross your cords over, you're going to tie a row of 3 double half hitch knots going down into the right. And you see we have that kind of steeper angle going on this side, and then over here on the right, we're going to take this 3rd cord from the left and tie 2 double half hitch knots going down into the left. And this row will be more pointed out towards the left and not sloping down as much. And doing it like this will make this side go in towards the left, which will help us meet them in the middle and have everything look good. Now grab your rightmost cord and use it as your filler cord to tie 2 double half hitch knots going down into the left. Then take your leftmost cord and use it to tie 3 double half hitch knots going down into the right, and the 3rd one will connect the 2 sides. And you see if you compare the 2 sides, our left diamonds and our right diamonds are mirrored, so it'll look really nice and balanced once we're done. And you're just going to continue over here on the right side doing 2 more diamonds the same way. And here we go, we've gotten both sides done, and now we're going to connect them. So to start, we're going to take these 4 cords in the center, 2 on each side, and we're going to tie a square knot. So just bring the left cord over like that, bring the right cord behind and through the loop, and pull on both sides to tighten it up, and tighten it as far up there as you can get it. And we'll tighten those center cords up in a second, so don't worry about that. And go ahead and tie the second half of your square knot. And then you can, once you get the square knot done, just pull those center cords down until they're even. And there you go, now we're connected, and we're going to do our last diamond. So take those 2 center cords and you're going to cross left over right. And then you're going to tie 3 double half hitch knots going down into the right. Now you're going to take that first cord you used for your first double half hitch knot and use it as the filler cord to tie 2 double half hitch knots going down into the left. Now grab your right filler cord and tie 2 double half hitch knots going down into the left. Then grab the left filler cord and tie 3 double half hitch knots going down into the right, and this last one will connect the 2 sides of the diamond. All right, now we have all the knots tied, and we're going to add some more fringe. But first I wanted to show you, if you take these 2, there's 2 cords that'll be longer than the rest that are left over, and you should have enough extra cord that you can cut it and use it for some of the fringe, which is what I'm doing. So I took this cord right here, was my shortest cord, and that's what I'm using as my fringe length, just so I don't waste too much cord. And I'm going to measure from the bottom of that short piece all the way down to the end of my 2 long cords. And it ended up being about 22 inches. So what you're going to need is 10 pieces of 22-inch long cord for all of your fringe. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these 2 long ones even with that shortest piece of fringe and use those for some of my fringe for the next one. So that's just a little tip to save some cord. And you're going to need 10 pieces altogether that are 22 inches long, so 8 more if you harvested those 2. And we're going to attach them around the loops here using lark's head knots on the outsides of our little wall hanging. So for that first loop at the top, you'll just do 1. And then for these larger loops, you're going to do 2 pieces. And you'll have 5 pieces on each side because there are 2 larger loops and then 1 smaller one at the top on both sides. Then just go ahead and repeat that over on the right side. And now we're going to do these little tassels. So here's the one I already did, and I'll show you how to do it. You're going to take 21 pieces of cord that are 8 inches long, and you'll just need 3 for each tassel. So I'm just lining up the ends, and I'm going to start here on this right hole of this diamond, and you're going to just stick your 3 pieces through on that side, like that, and then you're going to take the left end, and you're going to bring it through that left hole, and we're tying a Ryan knot for this. So what you do is just get it in there like that, and then line up the ends so there's an even amount on each side. And then you're going to bring those ends through that bottom middle hole, so right there. So just stuff, I like to just do one side at a time and just stuff it through there. And then you're going to stuff the other side through as well. And then just kind of pull the loop down a little bit into the center of the diamond, and I like to just pull on all the little ends a little bit to make sure it's nice and even. Here's how they'll look at this point, and now we're going to just comb the little tassels out a little bit, make them nice and neat. And I just had my little steel macrame comb for this and brushed them out. And once I got them all brushed out, I decided to measure them about 2 inches from the middle of the Ryan knot there. And that's where I cut my fringe, and I went ahead and measured each one so they'd be even because I didn't want them to be wonky. So I'm just measuring at the 2-inch mark and cutting them straight across. And just repeat that for all of your tassels. Now for the last step, I decided to measure my fringe, and I was going based on my shortest piece of fringe, which was 8 inches long. And I cut all of my pieces to 8 inches long. And you know, that's optional. You don't have to cut off any excess on these if you don't want to. I was only cutting 1 inch off of each one. But I just thought it would look really neat and tidy if I cut all of my fringe exactly the same length. Then after that, I went through and combed out just the ends of the cord at first because I wasn't sure if I wanted to brush it out or not. I know I don't like to brush fringe out all the way if I can help it because it gets kind of crazy sometimes and it's hard to keep it looking neat. But after I did this, I decided to go back and just like untwist the cord a little bit. If you want, you can brush yours out all the way and that'll look really pretty too. But like I said, I just like the low maintenance fringe personally. That's just a personal preference. All that's left at this point is to add a hanging cord, and I will link a tutorial to that down below for how to do that with the constrictor knot. But here is the finished wall hanging, and I think it turned out really good. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please leave a like, comment, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks for watching!